Good afternoon. I am New York State Senator Monica Martinez, and though I am unable to be live with you today, I am thankful for this opportunity to be part of this important conversation. Ensuring people and their companion animals can stay together in times of crises is an issue I care deeply about. I want to take a moment to recognize My Dog is My Home for the critical work it does, a national nonprofit that has been a leader in expanding access to shelter for individuals experiencing homelessness and their companion animals, ensuring that no one is forced to choose between safety and the pet they love. A special thank you to Christine Kim, whose vision and dedication have helped shape the progress we see today. To the board members and the volunteers, your tireless work makes a real difference, and your commitment to this cause is creating lasting change, and I thank you. We know no one should ever have to choose between keeping their pet and having a place to stay, yet far too many people face that heartbreaking decision: either leave their beloved animal behind or remain in unsafe situations, whether on the street or in a dangerous home. To address this, I have sponsored the Housing People and Animals Together grant program, which would provide funding for emergency housing shelters and organizations that accommodate people and their pets. We know many individuals experience homelessness choose to remain on the streets rather than enter shelters that don't allow animals. By expanding co-sheltering options, we can remove that impossible choice and provide real solutions to those in need. This proposal is especially important for survivors of domestic violence. Studies show 71% of women in domestic violence shelters report their abuser has threatened or harmed their pet as a means of control, and nearly half of those survivors delay leaving an abusive situation because they fear for their animal safety. Too many people remain in danger simply because there are not enough shelters equipped to take in both survivors and their pets. This bill helps change that by providing the support needed to create safe spaces for both. We've seen how co-sheltering programs can work. In New York City, the People and Animals Living Safely, also known as PALS, program was first in the nation to provide shelter for domestic violence survivors and their companion animals. Launched in partnership between the New York City and the Urban Resource Institute, its success shows that when given the right resources, shelters can accommodate both people and their pets, allowing survivors to escape dangerous situations without leaving their animals behind. It is not just people experiencing homelessness or survivors of domestic violence who face this difficult choice. Those in the path of natural disasters often refuse to leave without their pets as well. That is why we must also address a critical gap in disaster preparedness. When emergency strikes, whether wildfires, floods, or evacuations, families should never have to choose between their safety and their pet's life. Unfortunately, many evacuation plans fail to account for companion animals, forcing people to make an impossible decision. That's why I also introduced a comprehensive emergency management planning for pets bill, which ensures local emergency management plans include accommodations for animals. People asked to evacuate should never have to risk their lives because they have nowhere else to go with their pets. This bill requires municipalities to work with animal shelters, veterinarians, and emergency planners to make sure that when disaster strikes, no one, including our furry friends, are left behind. The consequences of not preparing for pets during emergencies can be devastating. We've seen it in Los Angeles, where an elderly woman lost her life after refusing to evacuate without her pets. We should not have to see that ever again. But too often, seniors and individuals with disabilities are among those who stay behind in disaster zones because they fear for their pet's safety. Ensuring emergency shelters are pet-friendly will help prevent tragedies like this from happening in New York. This legislation also strengthens emergency communication efforts, making sure people with disabilities, including those who are visually or hearing impaired, have access to critical information about evacuations and animal accommodations. In an emergency, clear communication and inclusive planning can save lives, both human and animal. Beyond these two bills, I have introduced additional legislation to strengthen protection for animals and the people who care for them. One bill increases penalties for those who neglect or abandon animals, making it clear that cruelty and neglect will not be tolerated in New York. Another proposal focuses on ensuring dogs have adequate shelter, protecting them from extreme weather and unsafe conditions. Safeguarding these animals isn't just about strengthening legal protections, it's all about fostering a culture where they are treated with care and respect that they deserve. It was Mahatma Gandhi who said, "The greatness of a nation can be judged by the way its animals are treated." And across all of these efforts, the goals remain the same: to protect both people and their animals. No one should be forced to give up their pet to find safety, and no person or family should have to face an emergency without knowing there is a place for their animal too. By creating more inclusive shelters, strengthening emergency preparedness, and holding people accountable for the inhumane treatment of animals, we are building a stronger, a more compassionate society. I'm incredibly proud of the work we are doing in New York, but I know we must continue addressing these efforts. As we advance policy that protect both vulnerable individuals and their beloved animals, I encourage all of us to keep the mission of My Dog is My Home at the forefront. Working together, hand in hand and paw in hand, we will create a future where no human or animal is left behind during times of crises. Thank you.